Look, folks, Malcolm Roberts has got to go. Would you let him know what you think of him, please? That was naughty, wasn't it? Very naughty. Come on, you Malcolm. He and Jared Rennick have been absolute stars, Alex Ansik. What wonderful representatives they've been for us all. And, you know, they speak from the heart, they put the work in, they put the hours in, and they're quite brilliant in their own way. Mr Premier, Health Minister, distinguished guests, how good's Graham Hood been tonight? Come on. I remember him when he was beautiful. Remember that first night when he was, that video that came out where this Qantas pilot captain guy's taking off his uniform for the last time? Did any of you see that video? I thought, what's going on? Tracy, I'm talking to you. But Trace, it's not you, it's you representing all of the vaccine-injured people that I've been dealing with these last 3 years. It's those that are still suffering today for something that a government did to them. They entered into, and I'm still bright hopes of the world that are offering some solutions, and others will have some. And I believe in miracles, and we will have cures for every one of you, Tracy. Every one of you. So that your bodies will be rebuilt. And I won't have to go through the pain that it is to see 4 people on the one screen that got the same batch across Australia, all severely damaged. A father and his twin boys, same batch. There's a lot of grief in our community today. A lot of grief. A lot of denial. A lot of heartache. But Trace, the main thing I'm saying to you, here in Perth and people across the world, across this great Southland. Trace, we all act and we care about what's happening with every vaccine-injured person across this country. And we tonight, we stand with you. We stand with each of you. And now I want to talk about you warriors that are here tonight. What's it like to sit next to somebody who loves this country, loves their family, loves their community, and only wants the very best for them? What's it like to sit next to someone like that in this room? Because that's who you are. And one of the great opportunities I've had in my 25 years of commitment to this country through the Parliament is this, that I get to meet people like you. And you are not alone. There's people like you right across the land. And they are standing up and they are speaking. And there are Adrian McRae and councillors like him in this nation that are moving today to spread the word, take their responsibility as representatives seriously. Because whether you're at local government level, at state government level, or a parliamentarian in the federal parliament, I actually have a duty of care to my people. I actually have a responsibility to those that put me where I am today and have kept putting me there. And I say to the women of this great Southland, thank you for what you do, because without you, people like me wouldn't be here. I know what you say to your husbands just before election night. And I've always said, no one holds the seat of Monash unless the women of Monash decide that you're the representative they want. So I want to sincerely thank the people of Monash for putting me back when it was impossible to win the seat. And they've done it time after time after time. Now to the men, I was lucky enough tonight, to be able to use a men's only toilet. And my private space was protected. And I really, really felt like I was respected. We've been on a journey together these last number of years, 3 years. I thought 5. I thought this would be over when we prayed that the truth would just come out so long ago. And I know so many of you who have walked this walk are tired. And you're wondering, when will this end? Can I say, we know you're tired. And we know it's taken a lot out of you. But here you are tonight in this auditorium. You're still fighting the fight, and I thank you for that. I thank you, I thank you. I am a person of process. So when an issue arises, like this bill, that was the communications, etc., something, misinformation bill, I thought, oh, can't be that important, surely. Until I had a bit of a look at it. So because it had never been before the Liberal Party room while I was a member of the Liberal Party. I should explain that to you quickly. I didn't lead the Liberal Party left me. I have never changed. My party has altered its ways a bit, and it's on both sides of the fence. That's all I'll say, because I'm not political. So I look at this misinformation, disinformation bill, and I say, well, it's completely against the tenets and the belief statements of the Liberal Party. So I just put a note off to Peter Dutton. Hey, Peter, this is disaster. Here's the letter here, dated the 23rd of June 2023. And I didn't get a response. So I sort of, when a parliamentary writes a letter like this, what you expect back is another letter, because you're asking the leader or the party for the position. And I didn't get a response. Then I got a phone call. And it was from Peter's Chief of Staff to say, oh, we've got your letter. Oh, good. We've noted it. Oh, good. He said, you've got to accept this as your response. And I said, oh, good. Not good. So I've been around a while. I wrote another letter. And this one was a little different. The first one was a nice letter. I liked it. I wrote it. The second paragraph used words like, it is unconscionable assault on our freedom, democracy and the Australian way of life. Do I need to read you the rest of it? It went downhill from there. And in the last bit I said to you, Peter, I will oppose this dangerous legislation with all my might, and I implore you to do likewise. So I didn't just send it to Peter Dutton because I can be extremely naughty. I happened to send it to every member of Parliament, Liberal, Labor, Green, Independent, Senator. And all of a sudden the Liberal Party was opposing the bill. All of a sudden. Because what I didn't know was they had proposed the bill whilst they were in government, but it had never come to the party room, because if it had ever come to the party room, it would never have got through the Liberal Party party room, because we'd have torn the building down, because it's so badly against the tenets of what the Liberal Party is. And our response to COVID, I felt, was exactly the same way. That's why I became a pariah to the party. I was a stench up their nose because I was saying our response is wrong. Tonight, I'm not here to take you through too many issues. And I'm not a person that speaks for a long time, and in regard to the Liberal Party, I'm a gentleman. I don't go where I'm not invited, and I don't stay where I'm not welcome. But I know I've been welcomed to Perth today in a way that I've never been welcomed to a capital city in the whole of my life. So thank God for you. I don't like injustice and unfairness, especially when it's the most vulnerable people in our community. So when I realised that the no jab, no play, no pay was affecting how many families it was affecting, to the tune of one lady that told me she had foregone $90,000 because she chose that her children not be vaccinated because there was a family vulnerability to it, and she stood on solid ground. But the government said, we're not paying you your family tax benefit Part A, we're not paying you your childcare, we're not paying you your after-school care. You go without. It's coercion. And it's wrong. And I said it was wrong, and the world said, how dare you say that was wrong? Now, I'm not a doctor. That's why you never hear me speak about what these experts are saying. You'll never hear me give an instruction in regard to health. I've stood in the parliament and said, I got COVID, I took ivermectin. And they all went, you can't say that. It's horse paste. Well, we've got a little farm, and I pour ivermectin on the back of the cows, and I've spilt quite a bit of it over the time. Have a look at me. I haven't seen a worm in weeks. It's true. I'm a politician, but I lead you astray. They're issues that are important to families. You know, and I don't care how you make up your family. I don't care how you make up your family. A family is a family is a family. How you choose that family to be, that family is. But I do care for single mums that are bringing up 3 kids, and they make a stand on behalf of those kids in regard to vaccinations. And what we do as a nation is then punish that woman. Where is the fairness in that? Where is the right? And where is the justice? It matters not what the issue is. There are certain principles where we stand and we don't cross. And I thought that was our national psyche, who we were, until COVID came and my heart was broken and disappointed at the nation's reaction to how we handled COVID. I was disappointed. And the vilification that came my way, I could not understand, when all I said was, I'm not having these experimental vaccinations. Especially when Greg Hunt said, this is a worldwide experiment. I said, I don't think I want to participate. I want to be a conscientious objector. I want to be a conscious objector. A dear friend of mine, a former minister in a former government, said, "Russell, you're a leader. You'll have blood on your hands." Another said to me, "You're going to fill our hospitals with people." Now, you're out of order, all of you, because you should not be laughing at this situation. There is no place for you to be laughing at the decisions that these people made on your behalf. Unless you're watching Chief Minister Gunner again. I mean, that would be worth a repeat, wouldn't it? It was such a great performance. I haven't seen one like that before. Oh, except for Dan Andrews. You know him, do you? Does his reputation come as far as Perth? Wow, he must have been a good Premier. Gee whiz. Tonight I say to you, the issues are important. And we have been the hunted for too long. And with the support of Julian, and if you think you've enjoyed Julian and the speakers you've had so far, just wait till you see what's coming. There's 2 bomb throwers coming. And I've got to say to you, working with these amazing people has been one of the most privileged opportunities of a lifetime of service. And I'd like to thank each and every one of you for the input that you've had into our activity in the Federal Parliament. You have been absolutely amazing. So 2 days ago, Robin Cosford and I sat down, and Robin has done a whole lot of work on what's called the David Declaration, which pulls all of this together and lists the demands that the people of this nation have of the authorities. You can look up the David Declaration yourself. But when we went through the process of sending those letters to the Prime Minister, I said to Tanya, my senior staff member, I said, "Look, I've written to the Prime Minister, I've written to the Health Minister, and they dismiss me. And I will not be dismissed again. This time when we write on the contamination that Dr. Julie Sladden had been bringing to my attention for quite some time, and Julie, as many of you know, is now working with me on my staff. What an amazing woman she is. What an amazing woman she is. It's the first woman I've sat down with to have lunch, and she's employed by dessert. And so she was bringing these things to my attention, and I said, I will not write this alone. I said, get Ian Brighthope and Gigi and others to sign it with me. And I said, no, let's get everybody we can possibly get to sign it with me. So all of the experts from around the world co-signed a letter that went to the Prime Minister of Australia, and there was 2-fold part of it. 1, it was on him to deny their expertise. 2, I wanted governments from around the world to be asking how the Australian government is responding to the letter. And that is exactly what's beginning to happen now, because I spoke to the people in Canada. His name was Max, and he says, "What do you think we should follow you?" I said, "I can't give you advice." I said, "I'm not a Canadian." But gee, I like the way you're thinking. So in that process, it was determined by us that we wanted international coverage to say, oh, how is the Prime Minister of Australia answering these specialists who have co-signed this letter? Well, I've got to tell you all, You're not going to believe this. Not going to... No, you won't. You won't. He didn't. I don't get it. But what I do get is there's something in my... This may seem irrelevant to you, but not to me. I've been around a long time. I've watched local government elections, state elections, federal elections. And usually a long-serving, highly regarded councillor, they don't lose elections. There's never a mood out there to throw them out. You know, you get a few changes here and there and you get retirements and a bit of argy-bargy, but not much. Every area of my local government changed dramatically at the last local government elections. Dramatic change. That means there's a mood out there in the community that is unseen by anybody, and you represent that mood in the community. And I thank each and every one of you for being here tonight, for challenging the status quo, for changing the narrative. And let the hunter become the hunted.